Hello, my friends. Today we have another show of the Disgruntled Italian. The subject of this show is political, certainly not the style of Alex Jones, that's for sure. So I felt compelled to say something about the political events of today's and all that stuff that we hear in the news. Can be the news from the left, the news from the right, or the news from the center. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that this country must come out ahead and come out with a certain edge over all the other in order to be the leader that has always been. So the subject of today's episode is a book by Aldous J. Pennyfarthing. And, well, sometimes you have to excuse my language, but the title is Goodbye Assad. Very funny, very critical of Donald J. Trump. I agree most of the stuff with this writer. He is very graphic. And it's like you have a book with so many pages and so many opinion and check facts about what Trump did. And his a final object, just like mine, is do everything in my power to make you a one-term president. Not with Avengers, not with anything, just that I don't think is fit for the president. That's it. And also he praised that's everyone else's resolution too. So, yes, if we go back in time, we remember that the president, George W.H. Bush, in those days, there was a big to-do, a big brouhaha about who and when it will be the new world order in action. Well, they did place the seeds of that. And not in this book, he won't say anything about that. That comes from me. And I have to say that as people didn't think, after a few years, didn't think about the New World Order, now it seems like, especially with Trump, they spring in action, because I assume, with the little that I know, that they actually think that this is the best time for them to go forward with their plans at the time of W.H. Bush. So we have some on a book. Let's see if I can find it, because considering to the time constraint that I put to this show, I have to take notes and I have to take it with me. Okay, we're going back at the time with Trump, one of the blunders that he made. At the time when Trump suggested he might target Iranian cultural sites, because in those days he pulled out from the nuclear treaty with Iran and the other 5 European nations in order to make sure that Iran doesn't get to the nuclear weapon as fast. It will take quite a while. But he says that when it gets the cultural site of Iran and they are allowed to kill our people, that's his quotation. I will say again, they are allowed to kill our people, they are allowed to torture and maim our people, they are allowed to use roadside bombs and blow up our people, which that stuff, it's reminiscing from the Iraq War or the Desert Storm, and he wants to retaliate by doing the same to them. He just doesn't realize that deliberately destroying cultural heritage sites is a crime, is a war crime. So how are we going to judge this one? So now we're going on to another things. I don't know if he participated on making that one because he claims he doesn't know anything. Well, as the liar as he is, I'm sure he knew about it. You can't just be the leader of the Republican Party and those leaders that they wanted to install the New World Order, they haven't talked to him at least once. Okay? So now the question is, what is Project 2025? Well, just to give you an idea, is a 900 pages manifesto put up by these people that we mentioned before, that they will support the New World Order. And their goal or final goal, they call it 2025 for a reason, which is urgent to talk about it and to realize that it's not in the interest of this country, is the fact that they're going to enhance the presidential power in any way possible, and it will affect our everyday life, each individual person. They will go and touch and change the education, the health care, the social security, the welfare for those people less fortunate. So it's not right, 900 pages to explain that, okay? So, and not only this, all this is on top of the fact that a bunch of 6 ignorant, and I repeat, ignorant Supreme Court justices, that they give and they decide that the president is above the law. I don't care what kind of fancy word they are going to use, but that's what it is, okay? So it's not an official act or not. Because so who would be the person, the authority, to establish who establishing the official act? It will be them? I don't think so, because they are lazy. They prefer go to cruises and have gift. That's all they worry about it, okay? So if it's not them, who's left with that much of a power to say, okay, the president acted in an official act? I can imagine it will be the president. So if that is the case, then we no longer have a president, but we'll have a dictator. Now, we maybe think, oh well, if nothing works, in 2028 we can vote him out. Well, forget 2028. It's not going to happen if he's president, because he's going to eliminate completely the election and the political things. Or, at best, he will do like Putin. Defenestration. Oh, look at that guy that ran against him. He just fell off from the 15th floor. Oh boy, what happened? He was drunk? Yeah, sure. Okay, so we have to be careful what we're doing November 5th. And I don't care who's representing the Democratic Party. I will vote for the Democratic Party, no matter what. So my suggestion to all the Americans, that they do care about United States and not to line up their pocket or for every other interest, private or more or less, okay, vote for Democrat. Save this democracy. Save this project that has been started in 1776 and still goes on today. We didn't need Trump to change things. Let's make it Trump one thing of the past and let's forget him, okay? Trump's accomplishment, just not to beat up on a dead horse, I have over here some note for the Trump's accomplishment. Trump's accomplishment are domestically, he pushed a cut to the too high corporate tax rate. Now, do we remember in the 50s with Eisenhower presidency what the marginal tax rate was for the corporation? I don't think many remembers. Well, I wasn't here, but I read about it, and I know there was 90% or over. Today, those crybaby, they complain because they have a 20%, an 18% tax rate, or some of them none completely, which their secretary pay more taxes than they do. Come on, let's wake up, okay? This is what is going on. And not because Biden he inherited a mess, and he was very good and fix it. In the past, he made this mistake too. We all do. We are human. None of them of the size of Trump's, that's for sure. Well, he deserves also another credit for moving the U.S. policy vis-a-vis an increasingly repressive, powerful, and assertive China. We know what's going on in the Southeast Pacific. We know about Taiwan. We know about other things that, thank God and thank to the United States presence in that part of the world, there is still some hope that these people, China, forget North Korea, that's a lost cause there. China, there is a possibility they maybe do something, change a little bit the course of their policy, and be still a nation of the world that they will like to trade with the world at the current rules. Like, for example, in Italy it took so much time to get to a point where a worker has got the 40 hours a week work, he's got all these benefits, overtime, he's got bonus for Christmas and all that, and also a certain amount of hours, that's for the business and the stores, that they allow them to still be with their family. So the Chinese are coming in, and what they're doing is they break all those rules. That's not right. It's a conversation that they have with Mike, and I agree with him. Immigrant, don't matter if they are illegal, legals or whatever. Important is that they come, they work, and they don't break our rules. And when I say rules, not these criminal rules or whatever, just the societal, the one that they guide the society in a certain way to be peaceful, to be in harmony, which is the rules that allow the worker to have a decent paycheck without cutting into them and working 24 hours and working 7 days a week. Forget all that holidays that we deservedly gained through fight, vacation, time out for sickness. It cost, in the past, it cost human life. They can't come here and break that. Okay. So this is the other accomplishment. So now, if we go further, okay, these accomplishments, they were dwarfed about what Trump got wrong. Three failures in particular that stand out. The first is the damage that he has done to the American democracy, okay, with the event of January 6th of 2021. Okay, with the mob, we all know, don't have to describe everything, but the mob that attacked the Congress building. Okay, so this is something that it's not been, shouldn't be forgotten. And actually, what the Supreme Court justice did, they slowed everything down, hoping that Trump wins so that they can wrap everything up and that's the end of it. No. The second, the defining issue is COVID-19 is really miserable way to handle that, destroying wherever Obama did in order to prevent those things, okay? It cost us 400,000 and more American lives from his very brief time in his presidency. Not even Second World War, I think it's about the same amount of soldiers we lost. So To me, Trump is not hero. Okay, so and that one, it's also a contrast with the relatively successful response that Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Vietnam, that they fought COVID with different time and guideline. That was different. We have over here a lull. Nothing was done. Not even pushing for the mask. So it created another division thanks to him about this. So the last thing that he did, that he wanted to show how he's different than all the other, is trying to be with North Korea, dear leader. He was in love with him. This is comical, really, because we know what they did. We know how they're starving their people. So that in Trump's mind, it's not even a grain of sand on the beach. What's occupied that thought in his mind doesn't exist. It's just the guy. That's it. The other 20-something million people, or wherever they are in North Korea, okay, they're starving. That's fine for him. So you can imagine if he's president, we're going to think about us here. Well, okay. So at the end, here is I'm going to give you my concluding thoughts on all this one, and those are my thoughts. Don't vote for Trump. Even if you like him for whatever remote reason, please don't, because you're going to come to regret. My family, my father and my grandfather, they lived under Mussolini's dictatorship, and through their word, I know what it is. So don't think that it's life as usual. No, it's not. You gotta watch everyone. You gotta watch how you talk, even if you talk innocently. You gotta watch your neighbor, because if you have an argument with them that maybe be so bad that in our time you could go to court. Over here, they just go into the local leader and somebody disappears. Okay? So this is what is going to be ahead of us with Trump. The dictatorship does not promote progress, better life. They don't want that one. They want to give the money to the rich people so they can stay in power, and the poor people is going to starve. Who cares about them? That's generally the picture of it. And I hope I didn't make your time with me unacceptable, because I am motivated my best thoughts, and I hope that works for something. This is again the Disgruntled Italian. Say to all my friends, and even the lesser of friends, arrivederci the next time. We'll have one more issue about this. Thank you, and may God be with you, and if you have a good summer.